Hey folks, Farmer Devin here. I know it's been like a couple weeks since I got on here and made a video, but just wanted to do a quick little update. There's been quite a bit going on the farm actually, but I've been busy and honestly I'm not very good at being consistent when it comes to videos. So I just figured I'd make a quick one today, give you a quick update on how everything is going. While we're in the frame here, you can see my little clothesline shaking around. Other than that, you can see our compost yard and how that's coming along. What I am currently doing, this is my protocol for compost, is everything goes into these little, see if I can get into the shade so I can actually see what I'm pointing at. Everything is going to go into these little white bins every week as it gets rotated. Currently this week we are in this one. And then tomorrow, after all of our compost comes in from our compost collection customers, we'll add that to that. We'll cap it with some new material coming out of the old sheep bedding, and then we will flip all the stuff that's in this white bin over onto that pile, and that will all sit in those big piles until October, where we'll flip those big piles over and then start another one. And in April or May, sometime in there, we will flip that big pile again and combine all four of those large piles into one big one, and then these four will get flipped into the second one. Anyway, that's basically the idea. So it takes, a good 6 months to a year before any raw material is actually in the compost product. Saves us from a lot of biohazard issues, and more importantly, it gives a lot of time for local and native microorganisms to break things down. We're not a very moist area around here, so it takes a long time for stuff to happen. We did just have a rain. You can kind of see some clouds off in the distance there. Way over there is where the rain was from. Passed about an hour and a half ago. So there's a bit of moisture. You can kind of see the fence is a little darker, but other than that, there's really no telling that it rained. You can tell from all the brown that it's a very dry area, and we just don't get a whole lot of rain. One of the little tasks I did today, last year, well over a year ago, we had the wind come through the house and bust the glass out of one of our windows, and we had a shelf sitting here at the time. It knocked that over. Anyway, today we finally got that replaced. You can see I got some flashing up there. I got some new siding in. Has yet to be painted, and obviously I still have to silicone and all that good stuff. But we had quite a bit of rain hit like right as I was getting that siding in, so I wasn't going to paint it and lock all that moisture in or anything like that. Anyway, oh god, that wind. Sorry about that. That's going to be an edit. Anyway, so apologies for the wind. Other than that window, let's get down here. And in case I have to edit that out again, once again, apologies for the window, or wind. Apologies for the wind. Anyway, so there's the sheep shed again that we were talking about. We pulled the bedding out of. Down there, you'll see that the compost pile has grown a little bit. That compost pile is what we call our gut pile. So every time that we process animals, that's where all the guts go. If there's dog manure or anything that we don't want the dogs or the chickens to have access to, it's going to go into that pile. That pile actually needs to be moved way over there to the other side of that shed down near the fence line, but that has just not happened yet. See our hay trailer over there. We just finished doing the ducks. So we processed ducks, we hung them in the cooler for a week, and then we packaged and froze them, and that was all just finished up. Basically, we are still kind of working on that a little bit. I don't know if this camera will show it, but over there you will see the smoker that is currently smoking feet. Everything else is pretty much taken care of. I still have to organize, weigh, and package the organ meats. Those are all in the freezer, and they will just sit and wait. So anyway, you can see over here our really shoddily made shade structure for processing ducks. Gave us a little bit of shade while we were doing all that work. It worked well. It was really nice to have some shade this year. Made a massive difference in how beat up we felt at the end of the day, how much work we got in every day. But as you can tell, it's a temporary structure. It's not very well built. We had plan A. Plan A didn't work out. Plan B is whatever we could cobble together with the materials we had. So that'll get torn apart at some point here within the next 6 to 8 months, and then I will rebuild it at some point and go from there. Anyway, next up on cue, you see the little lawn tractor sitting there in said shade shelter. I'm assuming you can kind of see the steering wheel, at least in the silhouette. That we just got materials for, parts for, so we need to replace the blades. We need to replace the mower cable that engages the blades, and a couple of belts that needed replaced. But other than that, that thing's been pretty nice to us. We bought it for like 200 bucks, helped us move all the duck tractors and keep the birds moving on pasture. And before we end this video, if you see over there underneath of that tree, you will see the geese and a few ducks that were just a little too scrawny, or just so happened to be lucky and ended up in the garden prior to harvest. They will hang out until fall when I feel like it, and I'll get all those processed and ready for our personal freezer. But anyway, there is a basic update. There's still always tons to do, but I've only got a couple days left. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a family reunion tomorrow, and then the day after, hanging out with a cousin of mine that's in town. I haven't seen him in a while. Going to go fishing. That'll be nice. And after that, it's back to work, and we'll just see where we get the rest of the summer. Anyway, lots to do. Hopefully see you soon in another video.